So this is the time I say to you all, let's roll some diceinanger. If you are watching this and you want to like and subscribe, we don't mind. No one's going to object. Please feel free to do so. This is Curse of Strahd, session 43.
4,000,000.
667,000.
Yeah, 43.
Yeah. And we're in the Ambertemple, where I'm gonna start straight off from last session, because we've not done too bad. We're not that far. It's not been that long since we had a last session. Last time we did have a session, it ended on sort of a bit anticlimactic because we were all too tired. You managed to defeat the Alanonl using your combined skills and powers. The Alanonl couldn't escape from you, and you eventually managed to take him down. He had a good go at you. I can see on my screen of hit points, I can see lots of red bleeping numbers at the minute. But the other thing that you discovered is another of these rooms in the Amber Temple with the amber sarcophagi. So what I'm going to finish with, what I'm going to start with, is after the Alanonl had died, you'd gone into this room where the Nothics were, and because Lars isn't with us, I'm going to run Theodor, and he's going to press his hand against these two sarcophagi. So hopefully you've got the room here that you're currently outside of. You've had a good scope round of this room, and it's secure with an amber door that's open. So it looks reasonably secure. This sarcophagus to the west, to the east, is the vestige of Kirad, the Star of Secrets. And Kirad is offering the power of divination. This one to the west is the vestige of Delban, the Star of Ice and Hate. Delban's gift is the power to unleash deadly cold. As you recall, you have to willingly accept these powers. So...
Do you really?
I just saw your inner demon come out then, Dave.
I know. Lars is near. Shall I accept both?
Do you ever really get to willingly accept anything in Strahd?
Nice. So the session's yours then, chaps. You know where we're up to. You've got Exothanta that you've had debated over several sessions, but you've always ended up not committing to anything. Actually, you committed to actually killing him last time, I remember. But so along the corridor where you are, this next to you here is an amber door that's swung open. These are further amber doors, and you've already found out. In fact, that's not true. These two are normal doors, here and here. But the amber doors that you've found, that you have a strong suspicion leads to other amber sarcophagi, need a keyword or key phrase to get into, of which Exothanta needs to be cured of his Alzheimer's before he can give that to you.
We'll just murder him and get out of here.
Let's rest first before we do that.
What sort of rest do you want to take?
Well, I'm on 11 hit points.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Are you wanting to take a short rest or a long rest? Because obviously, depending on the type of rest you want to take, depends on whether you want me to commit to doing some healing and take a short rest and spend some hit die, or do you want to take a long rest and just get everything back?
My resurrection can sort out the hit points, can't it?
No.
Isn't it?
Yeah, no, resurrection can bring back from the dead.
And grow back limbs and that. I thought it would do, bring them back to full health as well.
No, because they're not dead. It brings the dead back to life, not heal.
I mean, Damian's still game for
Have we got much left to search?
We give you overviews. So, of the floor that you're on, closest to you, amber door here. 2 normal doors. There's a fair guess you know where that leads. That's another amber door. You've got double doors to the south of the main chamber. You've got the corridor down here with amber doors all the way along, some normal doors as well. That's collapsed. So this is on the lower floor. Yep. Take you to an overview of the upper floor. Most of this, you've got a decent portion of it mapped. You know that there's a golem walking up and down here. You've not been through here yet. You've not found any way to get into these bits. Irina is still hiding in this secret passage here. Exothanta has told you not to go any further than here. That's where all the skulls were that allowed Reman to summon his skeletons. So east side of upstairs and a fair amount of downstairs.
What if I do some healing and then we just blitz out the bottom floor and then we go up, take a long rest, kill him off, and then finish off the top floor?
Yeah, okay.
If we start to struggle to open a door, we move on to the next one. How does that sound?
Yeah.
Sounds.
Before we move on, can what was the sarcophagus on the left, Dave? What did you say that?
The sarcophagus on
ice cold damage and whatever.
Yeah, that was Delbon, the Star of Ice and Hate. It's the gift to unleash deadly cold.
Right up my alley. Can I go investigate the sarcophagus and just lay my hand on it and just roll perception, maybe just to see what it will do to me, and if I get any idea of what it might do to me.
The short answer to that, as you all know, it's like a catchphrase of mine. I don't like to say no to you. You don't know. You don't know what it do. You've seen what it's done to Reman.
What did it do to Reman?
It made him look like an undead.
I look like one of the California raisins.
Okay. I don't want to look like undead. I've already got chopped here, so I'll pass.
So if you're wanting to regenerate your hit points, the best way to do it is to just take a short rest. Roll your hit dice, and then after that, you can supplement that with healing.
Well, I was going to use Aura of.
Ooh.
Yeah, like how I started that sentence. Aura of Vitality. So it's a round-based spell. It's a minute, so it's 10 rounds of 2d6 on one person. So basically, the way I look at it, in a non-combat situation, I've got 10 charges of 2d6 that I can spend. Bam, bam, bam. So I didn't know if it was worth firing that off first, then hit die, and then I can top up.
Okay, go for it. So that's one casting of. Let's roll the dice for that then. So it's the bleepers. It's you, Sam.
I'm one of them.
Barwolf and Theodor.
Okay. Well, should I do 3 sets each, and then we've got one left over for whoever needs it most.
Sure.
So what I'll do is I'll do 66 for Theodor. Is that right? Yeah. So he gets 19.
Okay.
I'll do 6 for Beowulf.
Yeah.
That's 18.
Okay.
And then I'll do 6 for me. Ooh, that's a 25. So I've got one set of 2d6 left. So where are you sitting at, Lou?
I'm on.
It's going to be Lewis that needs it, I reckon.
I think so. Yeah.
Who's got?
I'll give you the last 2d6 then, Lou. It's another 6.
How badly off is everyone? Because I've got a potion of healing. I'll quite willingly give to somebody.
I mean, I've used just two hit dice and I'm back to full health.
Are we doing a short rest then as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think if we're taking a short rest and everyone can afford it, it's probably worth just short resting, if that makes sense, rather than using up the healing potion, because we can use a healing potion during combat.
Yeah. I didn't know how badly everyone was off.
I think I'll no, you know what? Let's use another. Yeah, no, I'll stick with that with Lars's with Theodor. So while you're finishing this off, because I know what you're saying to me, and what we want is to finish this bottom floor. Who's taking the lead? Who's opening doors?
Damian's happy to do it. Just do it like quite cautiously.
Yeah. Okay.
He'd almost like just get spec out the doors. He'd have a good listen first. He'd be kind of like head up against the door.
Sure. Roll me a
Anticipate.
perception then.
Can you push the lower floor, please, Dave?
Yeah. That's the zoomed out one.
So
I'm still on
22
top
on
floor.
perception check.
22. Okay. So the amber door here is locked. Right at the top.
Okay.
That you can't get through, and you can't sense, see, or hear anything the other side. This door is just a normal push open door, and you don't sense anything coming from the inside of that. So I'm going to open that door for you just here if you wish to open it up. It's 38. This room, once a bedchamber, is littered with broken furnishings. Scattered about the room are the remains of a bed, a wardrobe, 2 trunks, 3 tall candelabras, a desk, a bookshelf, and several chairs. Torn up books, old quill pens, and tattered clothes are also strewn about. As you start to enter and look around, various bits of furnishings are thrown at you, causing you to sort of dodge out of the way. I'm quite happy for Damian to be dexterous enough to just move out of the way. You do notice as... Sorry, mate. One second. As you're dodging out the way, you do see what looks like a spell scroll inside the room.
Does it almost feel like the room's reacted to me coming into it? Like, is...
Let's have another perception check from you just to establish that.
That's a 25.
25. No, it feels as if something is in the room, not wanting you to enter, and it's picking up various bits of debris and throwing them at you.
I think Damian would try and intimidate the creature that's in there with a crack of the blood whip.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to change that. I'm going to, rather than crack the blood whip, he's going to draw the sun sword out and he's going to use his bonus action to ignite the Sun Sword.
Okay. Which is an intimidating gesture, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay.
18.
Nice. So as you step into the room, you can see like a candelabra rise and then pause as if it's about to launch towards you as you light the sun sword, and it just drops to the floor, and you can feel momentarily that whatever is in the room you have shocked. You're perhaps 7 feet or so away from this spell scroll, as from the corner of the room something else rises, like a chair leg or something starts to rise up. So whatever you've intimidated it, but it's gathered its wits. I'll give you the opportunity to grab and leave if you want, or you can do more than that.
I think Damian would try and strike whatever's in the room.
Okay, so next to the as you step forward, then make an attack roll at disadvantage.
I mean, it's a natural 1.
There you go. Natural 1 automatically misses, unfortunately, mate. So that's your first attack.
Okay. That's another natural 1.
Yeah. Right. So let's put Damian there.
I would say go home, Jake, but you already are.
To be fair, like up until this point, I'd rolled all right on my checks.
Roll initiative then. What was everyone else doing out of interest? Because we can sort of...
Reman was going to go down, stand in the doorway, take his hood down, and try and use his influence of recent events and just sort of say, pack it in and, like, see if they would take note of Reman.
Okay. That sounds like a persuasion check to me, or intimidation, you choose, depending on how you're phrasing it.
Persuasion, I think. Where's my thing? He's gone. Actions.
Hey, you're going to have to roll well. Why isn't that working?
I mean, obviously we can't see it, Dave, but can we hear it knocking around in there, or can I smell it or something if it was a particular creature?
You've got a lead on it because it's picking stuff up and trying to throw it at you. So there are clues as to where it is.
Where's my persuasion gone?
They're all alphabetical. Your
Above religion and below performance.
There we go. So persuasion.
Alphabetized for our colonial cousins.
11.
Yeah, no. So he's gonna launch the okay, you know what? So he's going to throw what he's got in his hand. It's a 9 for this chair leg to hit Damian, which clearly misses, as something else rises up in the same corner. So I'm just actually going to put you, because you've tried to hit it, so you've had to step forward. So you could try and hit it again if you wish, Jake.
Yeah, I'm going to go for it.
Okay, so disadvantage again.
It's a 22 to hit.
22 is going to hit, and it is considered undead.
Oh, booyah. which gives me an extra D8, doesn't it?
It does.
So that's 12 plus an additional D8. So that's 18 points of radiant damage.
18. It's not quite enough. You're going to need your second attack.
Oh no, I'll just roll a second dice on it. 16 for the first one. 18, so 16 was the lower.
Yeah, that hits, mate. That's going to be enough, but it's diceinanger, so you're going to want to roll it, aren't you?
Yeah, boy. 13 plus 6, 19 points of radiant damage.
Nice. Yeah, whatever it is, just I mean, you assume it dissipates. I can't really give you a what does it look like for that, Jake? Because you can't see it, I'm afraid. Unless you can think of anything.
I guess it almost just leaves like this glittery effect or shimmering from where the sunlight's almost like hit it, and it's just kind of like the sunbeams are almost glinting off the dust particles in the air.
Nice. And the chair leg the second chair leg falls to the floor. The room is now quiet and empty. It is sorry, dude. Go on.
Oh no, I was just going to say I'm going to pick up the scroll.
Yeah, it's and you would recognise it as an arcane spell scroll, but you would struggle to read it.
I'll pick it up as I walk past Reman. I'm just going to kind of like chuck it at him.
Sure. It's a spell scroll of Wall of Fire.
Happy days.
Okay, so happy to continue with the second non-amber door?
Yeah.
Okay, so same arrangement then. If you want to make your way to that door. Hold on. I might be telling you wrong. These might actually be amber doors. No, I've got the wrong description, that's why. Okay, so this, furnishings made of ancient colourless wood have collapsed under their own weight and now lie covered with cobwebs and dust. Even with a good look around this room, there is absolutely nothing in it of value whatsoever.
I'll just kind of come out of it then, and if I've scoured it and can't see anything, I'm just going to move out and come to the next one.
Sure. Well, you've got the stairs going up. You know where that leads to. That leads to the balcony above. You've got 2 amber doors on this hallway that, if you recall, you know, Exathanta's managed to allude to the fact that it would be very dangerous and bad for you if you destroyed the amber doors. There's nothing to say you can still do it if you wanted to. Other than that, you'd need the key phrases to get through. So I'll tell you what, let me just map the way up so you've got it completed. On this floor then, you've still got double doors here that are pass key phrased. If you can all see that down the bottom. And then you've got over the other side.
Is there any markings on these amber doors?
No. No markings at all. They are just translucent, so you can make out like the wall in the room beyond, but not much else.
A bit like looking through misted glass sort of thing. You can sort of get a feel for the room, but that's about as much as you're ever going to get.
Correct.
I guess from Damian's perspective, he'd want maybe if there's on the opposite side, if there's rooms that we can easily access, he'd probably consider going over to those. But I think from his perspective, in the same breath, if it means that we've got to restore Exathanta to his like full memory to get anywhere else, he's kind of like, I think we're done here, boys. Like he really doesn't want to bring Exathanta back to his full power. And he'll be quite open about that.
Okay. So in terms of places that you could still get into without making much of a fuss. I mean, downstairs is virtually done. There's a no, you know what? I don't want to rush too much. Over the other side, I'm going to take you over to the east corridor, and there are 2 doors here. So on the east side, to the north. Hold on, let me get it so everyone can see. To the north, and I'm going to say north and south. There are 2 other doors. I'm going to open them up for you. You do your checks. I'm just going to go for your 22 perception or your passives, and you don't see or hear anything. Of note, so the one to the south is 30. Is another bed chamber. There's nothing in here that is worth looting. The top one, however, if you can see that, I don't know if you can see this thing here. The furnishings of this bare stone room have succumbed to decrepitude. Standing in the centre of the room, its head scraping the 10-foot-high ceiling, is a vaguely man-shaped construct made of dark wood and riveted iron. Its helmed head stares blindly in your direction. Cobwebs stretch from this terrible artifice to the wrecked furniture that surround it. It does not move, and it is entirely different from the other amber golems that you've seen roaming around.
Can I try and just investigate it? Look at its kind of mechanics and its clock, how it kind of functions.
Sure. So as you're looking around it, you can see on its sort of chest is an inverted A symbol, and it looks like it is an automaton. It's clearly not moved for a long time. It would be an Arcana check if you wish to know any more.
That was 7.
Yeah, you're not entirely sure. You can't recall anything, and you can't figure out how to. There's no buttons, there's no levers.
That's frustrating. I think it'd just kind of be like looking at him and just like, this is so weird.
Okay.
So you've got 2 other doors here and here are amber doors. The one on the south, the translucent properties of the one on the south has a glow behind it. And not just one, 3 specific glowing dots obscured by the amber.
Does that look familiar? Does it look like the other amber sarcophaguses that we've looked at?
From the glow themselves, the other amber sarcophagi aren't glowing. They have this slither of black energy. So if anything, quite the opposite of glowing. However, you have seen glows like this elsewhere in this dungeon, and similar to the flame skulls that, pardon me, that you fought before.
Would Reman know anything about, having touched one of the sarcophagi and accepted the gifts, would he know anything about the key phrases at all, or anything that might allude to the opening the amber doors?
It's just what my experience of it. It just sort of turned me into a raisin and gave me these abilities. So it hasn't given me any knowledge. Otherwise, I'd be busting all these doors down.
So, how thick would you say the walls are around these amber doors, Dave?
Very thick, and it's marble. It's incredibly dense, hard stone.
These are the walls that we're talking about.
Yeah. I know what you're
And how-
thinking.
What am I thinking?
Mould earth.
No, I'm not thinking mould earth, Dave.
Oh, what was the earth thing that you cast on the Dracolich?
You mean stone shape at a 4th
Yeah.
level spell?
Yeah.
Make a nice little portal.
Yeah, what does it say? What does it say?
I think it's 5 feet. You touch a stone object of medium size or smaller, or a section of stone no more than 5 feet in any dimension, and form it into any shape that suits your purpose.
They're
So I can
all
make a
more than
weapon.
5 feet.
Yeah, okay. What about the doors?
The doors are amber, so that's mineral. It's a different mineral to stone.
Is there a check I could do on, like, say, the melting point of amber?
Yeah, just give me just an arcana, intelligence check,
Oh. Ugh.
and let me Google it really quickly.
Wow! An 18!
Nice.
You know.
Come on, Google, don't let me down.
Probably quite high 'cause it's
Okay.
fossilized tree sap, isn't it?
You what? Sorry, Jake. Say again.
But amber's like fossilized tree sap, isn't it? Normally?
Yeah. Yeah. So amber's melting point is between 300 and 400 degrees Celsius.
So I would like to propose something.
Going to use the sun sword
Dungeon
as like a lightsaber.
Why would you steal my thunder? If Qui-Gon Jinn can do it, why can't Damian? With a sword with the power of the sun.
I mean, I'll happily have a go. Like, but I think like Damian's obviously mindful. He doesn't want to ruin the one chance we've got of fucking killing Strahd.
But
I mean-
watching Dave furiously read through a book.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Right, I'm gonna be back in a second. I'm just going to the toilet.
People all over in the Dungeons and Dragons community have gone, never thought of that.
I bet you'd be surprised, mate. You'd be surprised.
Someone's got to have thought of it before me.
Yeah. Okay.
And if
okay,
they haven't,
okay.
shame on them.
So let's see a Where, come on.
We're not gonna-
No.
Are we not going to piss off Exafanta if we destroy the door? So
He doesn't know. He's got dementia up in his little room.
He'll have forgotten he had a door there.
I mean, I'm going to killing them anyway. I mean, how tough can these listers be anyway? You know what I mean? They look like much.
After doing a few raids on mythic level on World of Warcraft, liches are fairly tough, mate.
What'd you say, Lou?
I was just saying, after doing a few raids on mythic level on World of Warcraft against liches, they are pretty nails. They're not pushovers.
You're quite quiet tonight. Right, I've found what I need. So what are you doing? What would you like to do?
Well, would it damage the sun sword if we were to try and cut the doors open with it or melt through it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a check for you to discover that. You don't know the properties of either.
Okay, so with my intelligence check and the fact that I am a dwarf, would I be able to sort of go, that might just do it, applying that level of heat to this amber?
You surmise with your intelligence check that you would be able to Qui-Gon Jinn the shit out of the amber door, but you don't know
that's
what.
what I needed.
In which case, I aim to please. But you don't know what the ramifications of that would be.
Is that in terms of like ramifications to the sword or ramifications to the? It's just all ramifications.
Yep.
I mean, isn't the sword part sentient anyway? So if it was gonna get broken, it'd try and stop you, put itself out or something.
Yeah, the sword. If you're sort of questioning the sword sends emotions to Damian, and you're getting ambivalence. As a you're getting a shrug emoji.
What about if I just put the tip of the sun sword on the amber and kind of see what happens?
Just the tip.
There it is.
Johnson's in the hizzy.
I've been waiting to do it.
Nice. Oh, I so need one of them. Are you? Is it just the tip time, Jake?
I am rubbing the tip on the door.
Okay. So
if Brungrik thinks it's a good idea, and Brungrik's a wise dwarf. So
Very wise dwarf.
So Damian
He's gonna
will
get
kind
wiser.
of like follow as instructed.
Okay,
Kind of
which
like say,
door?
like, at the first, but Damian will turn around and say, like, you know, at the first sense of this going for like wrong for the sun sword, we're stopping.
Yeah, 100%.
So all that remains is for you to choose an amber door to put your tip in.
Do you want to do it to the one with the 3 dots? That seems to be the most promising.
Yeah, we could do that one.
I'm gonna have
Okay.
to do it, but Admiral that bar and say it's a trap. Don't do it.
You
2
so
generations of Star Wars. We've got to get the 3rd one in now.
Nice.
Say 3 generations. Oh yeah. Now we can forget about the 3rd generation.
No, it's got to be done, Jake. It's got to be done.
No.
Yeah, I can't get
I
one.
wish they had forgotten about it.
Oh, Jake, don't be like that. So
That was
Jackson, if
Kylo
you say
Ren's
that, Jake, he wouldn't be your mate
lightsaber.
anymore.
Pardon?
If Jackson heard you say that, he wouldn't be your mate anymore.
I can tolerate that. 7, 8, and 9 were horrendous.
right, I'm moving on, Jake. So the tip goes in and it slides in relatively simply, but to do what you want to do is you're going to have to create a hole, or you're going to have to insert it all the way and twist it round. But you're going to need to do a lot more penetration. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Don't even pretend you didn't choose that word on purpose.
So
Don't pretend you're better than that, Dave.
So what you've reduced me to, motherfuckers. So you're going to have to go at it. If you...
So I think rather than doing it like typical Qui-Gon style, he's almost just going to like placing the tip across it, and he's going to like almost like just bring the. He's almost going to try and cleave the door in half with the heat.
Okay.
So he's almost like he's touched the top of it with the tip. He's had no kind of reaction from the sun sword, or not that I'm aware of at the moment. And then a kind of let it heat and then keep almost like dragging it down. And I guess the other thing is he said like, well, if this has obviously got a lot of heat in it, but could we use some of like? Could one of you looking specifically at Theodor? But can you pull some of your fire magic out?
Okay.
Well, that was plan C or D, whatever I was getting to. I was working through different stages of ideas.
So
I think Damo would be like, I don't want to risk breaking this. So if we can, the more we can do to weaken it, the better.
Okay. So what I'll do then, I'm going to put Theodor here. Theodor would suggest to you that he's probably just going to be like a level 1 burning hand. He's going to cast a level 1 burning hands for the arc to strike. If you can get Damian to stand just on the corner here. Yep. Theodor's gonna burning hands towards it. Where's everyone else gonna be standing out of interest?
I'm just a little bit behind, as it was my stupid idea.
Yeah, bring up the rear.
Hey. We're shoving in the tip and bringing up the rear.
Oh, some filthy talk going on tonight, lads.
Is it the smut session? Okay. Right.
Thing.
So
make sure you polish that tip when you're done with it, Jake.
Make sure I
polish. Polish that tip when you're done with it, because that amber can be pretty sticky.
Filth.
Right. So if you would roll to hit, Jake, please.
Roll to hit. 16.
Okay. And roll some damage for me.
Damagio is 13 points of damage.
Given the heat, I'm going to give that to you. So as what I'll say is Theodor's holding onto this burning hand, so he spreads both of his hands out and flame erupt between, and he's holding this now. I'm going to sort of create a sort of almost Ghostbusters crossing the streams moment. So he's holding his burning hands as this flame shooting out. As Damian, sort of, you're going to have to cower away from the heat of Theodor as you step forward and swing. As you do so, the amber door just melts and disintegrates, releasing this cloud of necrotic, this black cloud envelops all of you, and I would like all of you to roll 4d10 and take that as necrotic damage, please.
When I said I was bringing up the rear, I meant like far back rear.
4d10, Johnson.
No.
Thank goodness for that.
Yeah, Jake.
And then what we're going to do is roll initiative.
Oi.
Am I not immune to necrotic damage, Dave?
I don't think you're not immune to anything, mate. I don't know if you might have. I don't know. Have you got resistances to it?
I'm trying to find where it would be, because I'm schooling necromancy.
Poison, was it?
No, I think it's because I'm schooling necromancy. I'm sure. I think I read somewhere that I'm immune to necrotic damage.
It'll say on your character sheet if you are, mate. You know, where would it say? You know where your saving throws are. Oh no, actually defenses. So just beneath your hit points, next to your armor class, it should say resistance, immunities, and vulnerabilities there.
Resistant necrotic.
Okay, yeah. So you take half damage from necrotic.
Yeah,
Wasn't in the form of a poison, was it?
It was necrotic damage, mate. Yeah.
So just 2d10, and yeah.
No, you roll 4d6.
Oh, 4d10 take half.
4d10 but take half. Yeah.
I've helped myself. Good.
Okay, so as the door melts, Damian, you're first to recover. And you're right there, John. Miller.
Yeah, I'm just.
Go on, Jake. Go on.
I'm just going to move in on the one that's kind of closest to me here. And then I'm going to make an attack against it with the Sun Sword.
Sure.
That's only a 15 to hit.
That hits, mate.
And the counters undead, don't they?
They do.
So 14 plus 15 points of radiant damage.
Okay, that's injured it significantly.
Going to go for another whack for a 26.
Yeah.
For 12 points of damage plus that's 19 points of radiant damage.
Nice. Still up, but looking very injured.
Bonus action punch.
Okay.
For a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
For 8 points of damage.
It was on 6, mate. Well done. So that's one down. How would you like that one to die?
So he's just going to kind of like 1-2 with the Sun Sword, and then he's just going to use his fist just to like punch it straight into the wall and like just disintegrate it.
That's nice.
As he stands on guard.
Okay, so is that 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brungrik.
Well, as it's the one I can see, I'm going to go for the one opposite. Can it do a dex save, please, Dave? 17.
Okay. Roll 13.
So it takes that plus another d6.
D8.
Another d8, is it?
Yeah.
Cool. So another d8 damage. So 14 radiant damage.
Okay. That injures it. Anything else?
And then I'm going to step down and hug in against the wall.
Okay. Reman's turn.
So from where I am, I'm going to launch a fire bolt at this
Sure.
one.
Yep.
$18 to hit.
18 hits.
7 damage.
7 damage. The fire collides with its green flame, and the green flame glows a little bit more brightly. It doesn't take any damage from fire.
Okay.
Anything else?
I'm just going to move out of the way then.
Okay. Barwolf.
Move here. Is my Crimson Right still active from the last fight? I bet it's not because we did a short rest, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So our bonus action Crimson Right. Actually, no, I won't. Thinking about it. Tell you what, Dave. The one furthest away.
Yeah.
Shots. I think one longbow. But I'll use
Sure.
silver arrows if that's okay.
Sure.
Yeah. 14.
14 hits, yeah.
Oh, cool. So 13 points of damage.
Okay. So that, as they are resistant to piercing damage because they're only a small target, so you perhaps you think you've skewered it through, but it just chips a bit of the skull off.
Okay.
Lou, you're really quiet, mate.
A bit why? I've been sit on the wrong way around. My microphone was pointing to the back.
We've all done it. We've all done it.
He's like, listen to my pictures.
Yeah, so I'll just have another shot at it, Dave. So 17 to hit with 11 damage.
11. Okay, so that's reduced to 5. Anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Valkyn.
Into assassinate. Sneak attack with my crossbow, please. Okay. 19 to hit.
19. Which one were you aiming for?
Oh, sorry.
You can only see that one, actually, can't you?
Yeah, I've not actually moved, have I? So yeah, it'll have to be the one.
Okay,
on
that
here.
hits. So you've attacked. So yeah, you've attacked with advantage. So you get your sneak attack, but you don't. It's not a crit because they weren't surprised.
Yeah. 9 plus my sneak attack. Oh, nice. That'll be mass. 25 points.
25.
Awesome.
Okay. So again, it's piercing damage. So that's reduced. What would half of 25 be? So 15, 12. Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
No, not for now, I don't think.
So that takes us to the Flame Skull to the south, who's going to cast Fireball. And if he lands it reasonably well, if they both aim here, they can get all of you.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And it's there's 2 goes in a row, so they're both going to do it. So you all need to make a... Say again, sorry, Jake.
Is that as in it hits all members of the party?
All members of the party. Yeah. And they're immune to fire, so they don't care if it hits them. So that's going to be a dexterity saving throw from everyone, please.
So 14 for my first one.
Fucking natural 1.
22.
We do 2, Dave.
We're rolling that
Yeah.
twice, Dave.
Yeah, rolling it twice. I'm gonna tell you the DC, and then you can do it yourself. Your DC is 13.
Before I put the apprentice on.
Do both of them.
This is gonna hurt.
Yep.
So, first one is 32 damage.
It's halved in it if you succeed.
Correct.
Shit.
Second one is also 32.
Fireball, Dave.
Say again, sorry.
My uncanny dodge from a fireball.
Yeah, you can uncanny dodge anything. Mate.
But I can only uncanny dodge one of them, can't I? Once per turn.
Yeah.
Correct? Yeah, so take half. 31 and 32, didn't we?
Both 32. Both 32.
Okay, so 16. About that now. 42, 48. Right. Half damage. Yeah. I can't do that.
It's pretty hard.
It's not a comfortable experience. They need to really work on being a bit more considerate.
So while Johnson's doing maths out loud, you see Theodor drop to the floor on fire, Let me just double check. I don't think he's got any resistances. No, he hasn't. So Theodor drops to the floor, wreathed in fire, as he makes his first death saving throw, taking us to Damian's turn.
Oh man, Damian needs to butcher one of these fuckers. So he's going to move in on this one at the back here first.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to make an attack with the Sun Sword. Let's do this.
Oh, I love a cup of tea.
18 to hit.
18 hits.
For 13 plus.
Come on, Jake. Come on.
D8. That's 17 points of radiant damage.
That kills that one.
So just like, basically like just shoves it straight through its eyeball and socket to ash it. And then I'm going to bounce straight over to that other one then.
Sure.
And Sun Sword it. That's a 19 to hit.
It's
For 12 plus.
Yeah.
That's 14 points of radiant damage.
Okay, anything else?
Yeah, I might as well bonus action punch the fucker. Is Flurry? Oh yeah, I think Flurry blows you after you take the attack action on your turn. You can spend a key point to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action. Yeah, fuck it, I'll do that.
Okay. Yeah, they're not resistant to your physical damage.
So that's a 22 to hit.
Okay, hits.
For 6 points of damage.
Yeah.
And the next one is a 27 to hit.
Yeah.
With another 6 points of damage.
It's not enough, mate. It's close. It's good, but it's not right.
No, that's all right, because hopefully it sets somebody else up to end it.
Of which Brungrik needs to make a death saving throw, please.
He certainly does.
Okay, thank you. Did you take the fireball damage, Mr. Miller?
No, I was waiting until there was an opportune moment to say how much I. What was the sketch for that? I was trying to work out my dice roll thing.
Okay. Did
I think that's.
Did you roll your deck save?
I did 2.
What did you get?
A 9 and a 12.
Okay, you take 64 points of damage.
Oh, sorry, an 8 and a 12. 64.
Yep. So, if you could roll a d20 and just roll it to DM, that'll be your first death saving throw. So 10 or more is a pass. Otherwise, you need to click the appropriate thing for that. Takes us to Barwolf.
Can I not resurrect myself?
I'll let you answer that question yourself. Take a good hard look at yourself, Miller.
I can roll dice. Why can't I resurrect myself?
You know what, mate? No, I'm gonna amend my comment to I'm just gonna pretend I didn't hear that, Miller. How about that? Okay, Luke.
I'll move there next to it, and I'll have a swing with my sword, if that's okay.
Sure, yeah.
27.
It's... Ooh. Exactly what... well, more than what you need. How does that one die?
Barwolf just kind of picks him up, pats himself down, charges in there, and with the hilt of the katana just whoosh and smashes it into the wall, into little tiny pieces.
Okay. So you've got 3 of your fellows currently rolling death saving throws. So you've still got. Yeah, there's nothing that you can do to heal, is there, as a bonus action?
Can he not?
No, only me. I can only do second wind.
Can he not
Okay.
pilfer my pockets because he knows I've got a potion in there?
That'll probably be a what's the name though? An action to give
That's
it.
that's an action. So this is. Well, hopefully we'll sort this out pretty quickly because we should be able to get out of this reasonably quickly. So that takes us to Valkyn's turn. You've got a full turn to do something, Mr. Johnson.
Okay, cool. 2. They're all dead, aren't they?
They're all dead.
Yeah,
you know
cool.
from your previous encounter with them that you're going to have to pour holy water or cast dispel magic on them to stop them from regenerating. Otherwise, in an hour's time, they're just going to come back to life.
I have none of that, so I'm going to need to resurrect. We've got Brungrik, Theodor, Reman down here. All right.
Yeah. Yep. So Brungrik, Theodor, and Reman are all dying.
Do I know if any of those have dispel magic or holy water?
Yeah, you know that. I believe Brungrik has got dispel magic.
Yep.
But more importantly, they're dying, so they're making death saving throws at the minute.
Yep. So I shall move to Brungrik. Would lay on hands? Does that resurrect?
Yeah, you only have to do 1 hit point. Brings him. You only have to use 1 of your pools. You can use as many as you want as an action, but
yeah. So I'll use 1 hit point out of me lay on hands pool, and then as a bonus action, I will. We're still in combat. We're out of it now.
no. The only reason we're staying in turn order is for the death saving throws because we need
Okay.
the sort of
fine.
economy. So bonus action, shit your pants.
Bonus action, shit me pants. Yeah, I've only got a potion of greater healing. It seems a little bit of overkill, isn't it, to resurrect them? Although
Yeah. Well, I think you've done everything that you can do. You've used your action. You haven't got any bonus actions to heal, so that takes us to Theodor. So he needs to make his death saving throw. This is why rolling it so only I can see makes it a little bit more interesting. So Theodor's still down. That takes us to Damian. What's Damian going to do?
So Damian hasn't got anything immediately available to him to heal somebody. However, I think Damian would go to Theodor. He'd go to Brungrik. Brungrik's back up, isn't he?
Yeah.
He'd go. Right, so he'd go to Theodor next, and he'd go for. Can I do maybe like a medicine check to see if I could try and stabilise him?
Absolutely, mate. Yeah.
Because I haven't got any natural way of healing him, but that's a 13.
13 stabilises Theodor.
Okay.
So let's give him 3 of those. Takes us to Brungrik. Just Reman still down then.
I'll bonus action do healing word.
Yep.
There's 6 points of healing.
Wicked. Do me a favour, Mr. Miller. Just roll D20 for me. Don't roll a 1. Okay, so Reman's up.
Was that a 6?
Yeah, you're on 6 hit points. That's it. So we're out of combat now. Theodor's still unconscious, but he's stable on 0 hit points. But you can take your time now and do whatever you need to do.
I'll tap him for a cure, like cure wounds.
Tidy, nice one, dude.
That's 8 points of healing.
Wicked, thank you.
I'm going to do the same to myself. For 6.
Okay. So this room that you've just cleared is 33A. So yeah, the floor in here is red marble. There's a rough. Oh, this fits in with the theme of the this session. There's a rough hewn shaft. Whoa. In the centre, the 3 amber sarcophagi wreathed in flame that you've already killed. So the vestiges in here, I don't care who does it, one of you will do it. The west sarcophagus, as this sliver starts looking at you, is Fekri, Queen of Poxes. She offers the gift. She offers the power of spreading disease. The south sarcophagus is Zrinhala, the Howling Storm. Zrinhala offers the power to create lightning. The east sarcophagus is Psychane, the Soul Hungerer. Offers the power to raise the recently deceased. Does anybody wish to accept the dark pact? No, let's just say pacts. Let's say fun pact.
Dave, it's too late.
The damage is done. I mean, there's some powerful things that's being offered.
And if I was playing a different character, might be tempted. But Brungrik is a religious man. Has been for a very long time.
Valkyn's very, very tempted by all of this, but he doesn't want to look like a prune. So
Reman's already looking like a prune. He's heading
mad and accept them all.
He's got nothing else to lose, has he?
What's an extra pack? What's an extra pack between friends?
Yeah. Reman is going to go to the and accept the gift of the lightning.
Okay. So let's have a charisma saving throw, please.
Saving throws. Where are we? Charisma. 14.
14. Pick left or right for me, please, Mr. Miller.
Right.
Oh dear.
Okay. Other than looking like a desiccated husk of your former self, looking undead, you now have right-sided facial palsy as the right side of your face just sags, and you initially, because you're not used to it, spittle leaks from your right-sided drool all the way down your robes.
looks like a melted
Oil.
candle.
Looks like a melted candle.
I think Damian would look at him in disgust, knowing that he made that first pact and now he's just like done it again. It's just like...
Yes.
Okay.
You are.
Right, I'm going to text you what you can do, Mr. Miller.
There you go.
That last one seems very familiar, doesn't it, lads?
Mm-hmm.
Go.
Okay. What do you want to do now?
Not break open doors again.
Well, there's
Do
no
see what happens to you.
there's no glow now from behind the other doors. All seems
Do we
quiet.
Is there any way of telling that the necrotic energy came from the that came from the flaming skulls in the first place?
No, I'll give you that for free without a check. That came from the door being burst open. It's almost as if the stored necrotic energy was inside the door as you destroyed it.
So it would make sense that let's not try and bust open the doors again like that then.
Well,
It's,
it was worth a try, wasn't it?
yeah. But if it's that kind of dangerous and it's going to put us in that position again, it's probably not worth it. I mean, to get in behind the other doors, we're going to have to speak to the Lich, and in my opinion, I think the Lich needs to die.
Everyone now
No
is
good.
looking pretty beaten up. You've all got burns and
Yeah.
scars. Yeah.
But
We
we've
need to
cleared
save them.
downstairs, haven't we?
Other
Rest.
than there's double doors right to the south, and there are 2 other amber rooms that you haven't been into.
And a double doors, normal doors.
The double doors, I'll double check for you, Sam. I don't want to cheat you out of it.
Tolerate. This
I'll
is
double check.
more Damian asking the group, but can we really handle another fight?
And they're
Everyone's
locked.
pretty
They're
beat.
amber doors.
I think it's long rest time then, isn't it? We've done everything that's easy to do down here.
Yeah.
The only other thing we can do is eventually kill that Lich, or at least get to his phylactery and make sure that he doesn't come back. Can we make sure that we get rid of those flaming skulls? Can we make sure that they don't come back?
Yeah, well remembered. So that's going to a 1 dispel magic or 1 holy water. I'm quite happy for you to pile the skulls and get rid of them in.
Did you say the sarcophagi are made out of amber as well, Dave?
Correct.
Shame we can't break them
Right,
apart.
dispel magic. Done.
Done. Yeah. Oh, there's nothing stopping you.
I think Damian would be very reluctant to do that, considering what's happened when we only broke the door. Yet these things obviously harbour some kind of evil. I mean, look at Reman's face.
Like an old man ball sack.
Broken out over there.
That's dribbling.
The difference is I wouldn't want to lick Reman's face.
New
We're going to
lows.
take that long rest
New
and then
lows.
sort upstairs.
Find somewhere safe to bed down. Not that there really feels like there's anywhere in here that's safe to bed down, but
I could put my hut up.
Yeah.
let's do that then.
Wouldn't it be ideal
Where?
to get Irina back in the hut as well?
Figurine.
Where are you going to do the hut?
Are we staying in this bit where outside the where the sarcophaguses are, or are we moving and putting it up?
I'd move
Right,
it.
doing it.
What about if we go for one of like the bedrooms? There's one of the bedrooms that's pretty empty. We could go there.
Yeah, I'd say that.
It's a bit ruined, but as long as it's not the one that's got the golem in it, I think we should be okay.
Okay.
Or the
So, yeah, the bedroom to the south. So we'll say here, Leoman's tiny hut. You complete your ritual. You're all inside. You can all go ahead and click your long rest. During your, in fact, you've already had a long rest in here. Long rest you can only perform once every 24 hours. So this long rest is going to have to be, what we're talking, 16 hours?
When do we perform a long rest?
You've long rested in here
Before we went in and saw Dementia Dude, wasn't it? Or just after we'd seen him, before we went back downstairs.
Yeah, you fought the
No, but
vampire
we-
spore downstairs.
Yeah, but because that stopped our long rest taking place.
Yeah.
So we didn't actually get to long rest there.
Okay, so is this the first long rest?
Yeah, because I think we were looking
Okay.
to long rest back then, but then because some of us weren't comfortable long resting, we went to investigate. That's what led us to finding the vampire spawn, which stopped everybody long resting.
I have a very strong feeling that you've already cast Leoman's tiny hut in here.
Not downstairs.
But okay, no, it's okay.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
Um,
no. I think we did up in that room outside in the book suppository bit.
feeling you did, but if you, regardless, to be honest, it doesn't make much difference because I'm not going to do anything anyway. So regardless of you're not on any time restraints. So fortunately, my lack of ability to dungeon master correctly is not going to get in the way of your long rest. So yeah. So there was a suggestion of upstairs, I believe.
I guess like Damian would ask, like, what else are we hoping to achieve in here? Like, we found the relic of Strahd. I feel the Lich is dangerous and has got other purposes, and if we're not careful, he might be restored to power, and then that's another thing we've got to contend with.
Let's finish him off then.
Reman's quite keen to get as much high power spells as he can to help knock down Strahd. So it'd be. I'm quite intent on trying to get some of these passwords or the words for his spell books and that.
I think
Yeah,
like
but
Barwolf
we've seen-
will go up to Reman and go, just look
You've
at your
done enough.
face, look at your skin, and he'll not maliciously, he'll like get his sword out and literally just go look, and he'll just like kind of just scratch your face slightly with it. You go, can you even feel that where it's drooped?
I haven't noticed anything.
And this is the exact issue.
He'll probably say.
I mean, the only reason I'm going back upstairs is to end that Lich.
You know I'm going for killing the Lich.
Let's kill it then.
Very well.
Okay, let's put you in the Lich room. Let me zoom in on it, and I'll force your view for you, gentlemen. Hold up, have I squashed Excellent? Squashed Excellent. Oh no,
What's his
apparently you can't see
name?
him.
Excellent.
Excellent, yeah.
I can't remember what I was going to call him, but it wasn't Excellent.
Okay. So you know the situation now. I'm just going to very briefly go over it. You walk into the room. He says, "Oh, do I know you?" And then he goes about his business. So you can, if this is a combat, put yourself where you want. He is just milling around here where his tome of books are. Of note, I'm going to tell you that this whole room here has hundreds of books, of which a lot of them are spell books that are currently empty, that require a keyword and a phrase to be filled. And there's the other keywords and phrases of the doors that only Exathanta can unlock. Other than that,
Is there any books that stand out to us the most, Dave? Did we actually check the books last time we came in here?
Yeah,
I feel like we did.
Yeah, they are mostly empty, but Exothanta has been lucid enough to tell you that they are spell books, but they require a key phrase for the words to appear, basically. So
I mean,
nothing.
Do you want to try and do this? Sorry, Dave. Do you want to try and do this door again, like we're going to do the first time round, to see if we can get in their way, distract him, and then if that all goes fails, we just combat him?
The drop on him. Especially with a Mr. Johnson.
It's about to say if we can just sneak up on him and I can get a really good
Assassinate
first hit.
with
in.
Divine Smite.
Yeah.
Or do you
That's
want
the
to
way
do
to
that and I'll
find
see if I
exactly.
can open the door then? If you guys are stand by to jump on him if I fail it, at least then I'm at a distance where I can still fight. You guys are in position where you want to be, and
So this is the door that he kicked off about.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if we can get his reliquary, if it is in there, then we've won
If
half.
Valkyn can, if Valkyn can pull off a surprise stab though, it would be unbelievable.
Okay, so position yourself where you want. In fact, Lou, I don't know if you're painting or something. I'll put you next to the door.
No, I'm still playing.
Yeah, I know. I thought, do you? So everyone else. Oh no, Theodor's not going to stand there. In fact, he's probably going to stand the other side of there. So is everyone stood where they want?
Yeah.
Theodor's tanking the party.
Yeah. What I'm going to say to you, because this is so you're basically talking to this fella. Theodor would probably suggest that you have some kind of phrase where you all attack simultaneously. But I still want to apply a dice roll to Exothanta. But I don't think initiative kind of covers it. Because he's unaware. So you know what? As much as I hate to say it, I've got to give him some kind of
insight.
He got fuck all inside this chap.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to give him perception at disadvantage, and you all get stealth at advantage, regardless of your armor status. Okay, does that seem reasonable? Yeah. If you all beat his where are you, Exothanta? So Exothanta, perception, disadvantage.
To my having advantages cancelled out my disadvantage. Do you want me to roll it again, Dave?
Your what, sorry?
Because I have disadvantage on stealth checks. Do you want me to roll it again? Because it's just cancelled it out with the advantage.
Yeah, no. This isn't a sneaking with armor on. This is just so he doesn't see you. So you're all rolling with advantage. However, the bad news is that he's rolled an 18, even with disadvantage for his perception.
Well, I gave it away.
Okay.
Okay, so did I.
Right. So let's stick yourselves on the
score
initiative
16,
tracker.
What a colossal thundercut.
Yeah, it's a lich mage.
My roll perception.
Mr. Johnson.
I've not had a number.
You don't deserve one.
That's got to be the first stealth check that you failed, mate.
Big.
Yep.
What was his perception?
18.
Oh, fuck me sideways.
2.8 plus 98 is 140.8.
Alexa, play Barry Manilow. Alexa, add Barry Manilow to Andy playlist.
Barry Manilow is already on playlist.
Mine's not rolled
Barry
enough for me.
Manilow.
Okay. What is this still your stealth?
No, my initiative.
Oh, okay. Right. Barwolf, I've got you. You rolled 17.
Ah, okay.
Andy, you still need to roll for Valkyn.
So what I'm rolling?
Initiative.
Initiative. Damn it.
Johnson. Right. So who got stealth 19 or higher?
Me.
Oh, I did.
Jake.
I rolled another 6 on initiative. Fuck me.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know this.
Rather not, Johnson.
I rolled strength. Duh.
Valkyn had a flashback to when he saw his granddad's hairy ball sack when he looked at Reman's face and it put him off.
Okay. So this is going to play out in an awkward way. So Barwolf and Damian. Oh, wait a minute. I need to roll for Theodor as well. So Theodor gets stealth with advantage. Stealth.
I'm assuming,
Well,
Irina's out of the way.
19. Yeah. So say again, sorry.
I'm assuming the Broad's out of the way.
Yeah. Well, you didn't actually invite her into Leoman's tiny hut, so she's
She's dead.
she's dead. Yeah. The whole reason for coming to Barovia for some of you has died. So Theodor's higher than Alamalad. So in initiative order, it's going to be Theodor, Barwolf, Damian, and then we go in normal initiative order. Theodor. Theodor's going to go hard and fast if you. Come on, theme.
Hey.
So 3, 5. He's going to cast Scorching Ray at 4th level.
Oh, yes.
So that's 3, 4, 5. So 5 of these. See, first one. 1 hit. 2 hits. Still 2 hits. 3 hits. 4 hits. Yeah, so that's 4 hits. So 8. That's 8d6 damage.
Nice.
Not shabby.
2. Okay, let's just. Yeah. What was that then? What did he roll? 22. Okay, so you see Theodor summoning these blasts of fire as he shoots these fire streaking scorching rays towards Exathanta. Exathanta now, as his eyes take on this red glow as he turns back to all of you, as his fists start glowing this cold blue colour, takes us to Barwolf's turn. I believe the door opens, mate. The door is now open. I'll give you that for free. Inside is just a small room.
Okay. So what I'll do is I will declare my sharpshooter on the first shot.
Okay.
I'm going to use my last Bloodseeker arrow give me advantage on the hit.
Yeah.
With my longbow. So 5 off that.
For 21, yeah, that hits.
Cool. So whatever this is plus 10. So 17.
Okay.
Oh, I know what I forgot to do. Bonus action Crimson Right.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'll just take my damage now. So 4 damage. And then I'm going to have another shot with my longbow and declare my sharpshooter again, but this is with a normal arrow. Natural 20.
Nice.
Okay.
So 25.
How much? Oh, sorry.
So 16 crit plus 10. So 26 plus 4. So 30 points of damage.
Does
Okay,
your
the
Crimson Right,
four's fire.
Yeah,
Yeah,
does that
and the
not
crimson.
double on a crit?
that's the Crimson Right because it's a magical weapon.
Yeah, so you can roll another d6 because the crimson right is a crit as well. So you double all the dice.
So 1.
So 21.
Yeah.
And that's all magical damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
Just
going to
the
action
10.
surge if that's okay.
Yeah.
It was 31 total, Dave, because he sharpshooted.
Oh, beg your pardon. Righto.
So I've action surged. I'm just going to rinse and repeat. So declare sharpshooter.
Yeah.
So 22 to hit.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
So 22 points of damage.
Yeah.
Plus 3 fire damage.
So 25.
And then
Yeah.
I'll do the same again. Why break old habits? 18.
18 just hits.
Lovely.
1 over his AC.
So that's
Don't need to
22
do
points
anything
of
there, Jake.
damage.
Yeah.
Plus 3 fire damage.
Okay. If it wasn't for your magic damage, it'd have been immune otherwise. How does Exothanta cease to exist?
I didn't really think this one through. Basically, he just does a Legolas as he kind of opens the door and sees him like doing this waving his things. He just arrow after arrow after arrow after arrow, and he just like pincushes him into the wall.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So his he starts to crumble and disappear. Everything disappears other than no. I'm going to say everything. He doesn't Obi-Wan Kenobi. Everything disappears after you've killed him. Actually, I should have gone for the last 3, shouldn't I? Who disappears into?
Kylo Ren, doesn't he? After he heals.
Luke does.
Luke does.
Yeah, he doesn't do a Skywalker and just totally disappears. Thank you, sir.
With the arrows.
That's what you're shouting as you keep shooting him. There we go.
So let me give you the description of the room that Barwolf's just discovered. Behind the secret door is a small, dusty room. Rising from the floor in the eastern half of the room is a scaly arm and claw clutching a small box made of bone.
That's probably his
What's in the
phylactery.
box?
I'll relay that information to the group and then probably destroy it, aren't we? Somehow.
Is there
We've
any knowledge
decided-
check we can roll on it?
You can. You can put your heads together. I will allow an Arcana check from the person that has the best Arcana. with advantage. Perhaps Emma's doing an Arcana check with advantage.
She's definitely not. She's doing an animal handling check by the minute. At the minute, she sounds like an elephant.
So I think it's going to be Reman with advantage. This is with Damian looking through his Van Richten's guide with all of Brungrik's knowledge, with all of your knowledge combined.
Well, I get advantage as well.
So this is with advantage, Dave.
Yeah, I think Reman's got the best modifier though, Lou. Yeah. So I'm going to set it at 20, just so you know.
No.
18. You know that this is going to be difficult to destroy, but you've had your roll, gentlemen. Unfortunately, there's nothing that you could think of that makes you. Yeah, there's no clue as to how you if you need to do anything specific. Is the best way to describe it to you. What I'm getting at.
And what we're looking at is a skeletal hand holding a box.
Skeletal hand holding a box.
And is the box open or closed?
Closed.
I want to open the box with my axe. And I realise how I made that sounded, and that is not I'm going to chop the box open. It's like I used the head of the axe to like grab the top of the box and flick it open.
Okay.
What are we waiting for?
The box appears to be sealed.
Oh.
With micropore.
Which is nearly indestructible.
That ain't getting opened. We need to nuke this place.
What about the sun sword?
What about it, Jake?
You're going to Qui-Gon it again?
I might try and speak to the sun sword. It's sentient, isn't it?
Yep.
And I guess, like Damian would say, like, you know, have you ever defeated dark magic before?
You get best way of describing it in terms of emotions, you get sorrow.
Do you think you'd be able to help us defeat this kind of dark magic?
You get. Let me just get the sun sword up, mate. 1 second. Bear with me. Sun sword. Okay. You get unsure.
Is there some kind of doubt within you?
Very strong negative to that.
Is that you don't feel like you'd be able to do it?
Unsure.
Because from what I've seen of you, you are extremely powerful. Force for good.
So encouraging. You get the impression that the sun sword's willing to have a go.
Okay. Well, at the first, if you feel uncomfortable or you don't feel like you're going to be able to do this, I need you to tell me. Okay. But let's try and do this together. And I guess on that note,
are you trying to stab a ball?
it's a sentient thing. You got to give it a bit of sweet talking before we break the box. So on that note, I think Damian would take the sword in two hands and swing
You
it
don't have
down.
to do anything you don't want to, sweetie.
Scent is
so-
important.
Roll to hit and then roll your damage. Don't forget it's going to be two-handed damage, so you don't get the extra dueling.
So that's it's a 26 to hit.
Okay, roll your damage then.
For 11 points of radiant damage. Would I add an additional? Does it count as undead?
No. The sword bounces off it, and it's the first time you've experienced this. You're used to the radiant blade travelling through, but it's very much a clang, and the reverb bounces back. The sun sword doesn't send any emotions to you for a second as you start to think, oh shit, and then you get an emotion coming through, which is sort of sorrow, sadness.
So the sun sword's not going to work on this. We need some other way of destroying it. And evolve.
Nobody got knocked or anything.
Anybody got
That's
what?
a good call, Johnson.
Knock.
You not got knock, Andy? Miller.
No.
I don't think Theodor's got. He's unlikely to say no.
What will knock do?
Unlocks any door, doesn't it? Or anything that's locked.
Yep.
I guess this is more than just locked, isn't it? It's an evil piece of shit.
Can I do a recce around the room, Exosanta's room, to see if there's anything of note that might allude to how to, mentions it, or it's a key, or.
Well, the short answer is no. There's nothing in the room. There is his spellbook, the Incants of Exothanta on its spine. But there's nothing else.
Does that have knock in it?
Have any of the words returned in the book? If I open up his book, have the words returned? Now he's gone.
All of you know what? I've just read this bit at the bottom. The secret rooms and the secret door to area X28, which is this room, has an arcane lock spell cast on it, so you shouldn't have actually got in here. But we'll my mistake. But all of the spells are in it. But it's going to take. You haven't got access to the inks and the special equipment that you're going to need to transcribe everything into your spellbook until you get to perhaps you might find them in Vallaki.
Just take the bloody book, mate.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take his book if I can.
Sure.
Slip that into my pocket.
Absolutely. You need to put Incants of Exothanta and on your notes just to remind yourself, and it's a Lich's, just all put Lich's spellbook because it'll be his spell list that you can use.
I guess the only worry is if he potentially comes back from the dead.
Well, that's the thing. What you would know, you would know this anyway, that I think you excuse me. You had already discovered this, that now that you've killed his corporeal form, he would go back to his phylactery, which is, as far as you're concerned, something to do with this hand and box, and reform in a certain amount of days. And the Dungeon Master's already made the roll, so if you do watch this back, not that I'm expecting any of you to watch it back, just skip over that bit where I've rolled that number. That
was well timed, wasn't it?
Cue sinister laughing.
Would we know?
Diddly squat.
Does a lich need its spell book to cast spells?
Arcane
know that?
spellcasters. You read from your spell book and you have them in your memory. If you want to change what's in your
Right.
memory, you have to refer back to your book. Otherwise, per long rest, you get back what you've already prepared.
Okay.
So short answer is no. What it's already prepared, it's got Xanthanta had access from what he was telling you from the room next door. Access to possibly every spell ever created.
And we're assuming this hand is what will bring him back. And let's work on that assumption.
What, the box in the hand?
Let's work on the assumption that if I can, Dave, that this hand in the box is how he comes back to life. Do we have any understanding of the process that is? So it's like his body will grow from the hand. Is it just a case of his spirit will? Do you know what I mean? Like, do we have any understanding of how the process works?
Yeah.
What I'm getting
like
at is, if I was to encase that in stone, oh, thank you, would he then not be able to regenerate?
You would know that his within a certain amount of days, his body would appear within or at the next available space closest to the phylactery. As far as you're aware, it would be within 5 feet, but there's nothing to suggest that if that's not available, then it would be the nearest available space.
Okay. So sealing the physical thing in stone isn't going to make a difference, is it?
No, and if you'll forgive me, Sam, the ruling is against new body, X amount of days, regaining all of its hit points and becoming active again. The new body appears within 5 feet of the phylactery, but I'm home brewing for the Lich that if that's not available, it would be the nearest available space.
Okay.
And you would know that.
I want to hit the hand and all of it with a sacred flame.
Okie dokie. Roll damage.
Has nobody got like dispel magic spell or anything?
Yeah, I have.
Why don't we try that?
But I was having a look at that, and it's
So that's 14 points of radiant damage.
As your flame, this radiant flame streaks down and Sam gets attacked by a dog, it reflects off, bounces off, and impacts the wall and chips the wall. No damage to the hand or box.
So radiant damage doesn't work.
I'd say try cast dispel magic or something on it. If it's protected by a magic spell.
Yeah, I'll give that a go.
Too basic.
Sure. So you cast. Is it third level slot that you're using?
Well, what do you reckon? I mean, he was a Lich. He's going to be pretty high, isn't he? The highest I can do is a level 5.
You've got all your spell slots and stuff, though, haven't you? Because we absolutely nailed that combat after a long rest.
Yeah, I've only got one level 5 spell slot, so I'll use it if that's what you if everyone thinks give that a go. I don't think I think a level 3 would be ineffective.
5 is going to be your greatest odds.
Yeah. Okay then. Let's go for that then. So.
Okay, you cast your level 5 dispel magic. As the hand and the box are wreathed in dust briefly, but as the dust settles, nothing seems to have changed.
We try attacking it now.
Okay, what with?
I'll have a go with my silver katana. Fuck it.
Okay, roll to hit.
Oh.
Chopping it, or are you trying to pry it open like I did?
Oh, I was just going to stab it.
Stab it.
Oh.
Yeah, you managed to make contact. Roll your damage.
11.
Bounces off.
But it's my lightning bolt. Is that a like my highest level?
No, it would be at level 3.
Ah, okay.
So it's at 8d6.
So if I wanted to do it at a higher level, it would be a spell slot.
Can you cast it?
Yes.
So what?
From what you said, it just changes to I have the ability to do it as an action.
Yeah. So
So
if you're
it's-
casting it from your memory, from what you know, you can add you can upgrade it from.
So if it, as it's already a prepared spell, I could use it as I could cast it a level 5 lightning bolt as an action then.
Yes, if it's your prepared spell from your spell slots, but if it's from your ability, then no, it's just level 3.
Right. Okay. So just the from that gift, then it's a level 3. But if I want to do it as a level 5, it's a spell slot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any ideas, Jake?
Jake, you muted, mate.
I was saying, if we've done a roll and a check on it, and I've used my Van Richten's and I can't figure out as to what I need to do with it, then I don't know. I tried hitting it with the sword. I mean, I think like Damian would literally be like sat there scrolling through Van Richten's guide to see if he can find any additional information.
Yeah,
I think
I
he'll
mean,
just
unfortunately you've had your roll for that, and I set the DC at 20 for the reason that it's a high level monster, and you nothing in Van Richten's is specifically telling you how to destroy a phylactery. Nothing that any of you can remember.
I guess Damian would be like, I knew I'd never seen anything in this about it before. I'm just really worried because if it respawns and it's got his memories, he's got some dangerous magic that he can unleash on us. And worse, he might even ally with Strahd. I guess the other thing is we could just throw it off a cliff. But I think we need to get out of here.
Yeah.
If
I
anybody,
think
if
we've
nobody
spent
else,
enough time.
Yeah, he's gonna reappear just as we're leaving, isn't he? So.
we could maybe just even try and convince him if he does come back that we were trying to release him from his impaired memory. He might not know any different.
Nice.
We were just trying to help.
I'm trying to help by turning you into a
he might not even he might resurrect, but he might resurrect again with a memory flaw. We just don't know how he's going to come back. We don't know whether that change is something that's going to be permanent. And unless we magically restore his memory, as to whether that's just the way he'll stay. But either way, I feel like we've achieved our goals in the Amber Temple, and unless we want to keep messing with this insidious magic, I suggest we head back and
drop off the dragon skull.
Well, we need to drop off the dragon skull, and potentially we've got a hag to deal with.
Hello. Okay, so you potentially have the east of the upper floor to do, or you know there's an amber golem there. Or are you just going to sack it off and head back to dodge?
I reckon so.
Yeah,
I spent enough time here.
Reman's
Okay.
quite happy.
Okay. What
Can't
I'm
tell
gonna
if he's like,
Let's go.
what I'm gonna get you to do first and foremost is I want one of you to volunteer to roll a d20 for me. I don't care who it is, who's feeling luckiest.
I'll do it as no one else is
Righto.
stepping up.
But that's feeling lucky.
Is it just for you?
No, you can. Well,
For
okay,
everyone.
righto. In fact, you can roll with advantage if you want. So roll twice. Just roll 2d20.
No nat ones. No nat ones.
So 12. Okay. Right. Okay. So as you make your way out of the amber temple, you descend the steps. So I'm going to take you to the full view. You descend the steps here to the back of the shrine. And you're just back of the statue. You're just coming the other side. You know that Irina's hidden here. But as you come round the statue, you see a form in the doorway here in the distance. And this form has something over its shoulder in the vague shape of a 5'7" red-haired woman, slumped and sagged over his shoulder. Bear with me. As this form stamps a dagger with a piece of paper, and you can hear this thunk, cold, hard thunk as this dagger digs into the wall here. As you dash forwards, it's Rahedin who turns towards you. And you can just see him sneering towards Valkyn as he turns and runs with Irina over his shoulder.
How fast is he running?
Yes, Jake.
With disadvantage because he's carrying someone. He's struggling.
I'm aware of how fast Damian can go. What Damian would see is, bearing in mind that I'm just going the layout is you have to run across here, so you're going to lose sight of him as you then ascend the stairs and go round the corner here. Okay, happy with that so far? What Damian would see as you full bore give chase, you get to here as you skid round the corner, you see this spectral horse appear well out of range of you. And this spectral horse appears out of nothing as Rahedin seems to have cast some kind of spell, loaded Irina on the back of his horse, and they've both bolted off, galloped off on this spectral horse into the snow and the swirling storms.
And there's no way of like popping a crossbow shot at him.
How far away is he, Dave?
He is from you a long, long way.
Can
600 feet.
Reman's...
Hold up. You can't see him. Would be the problem, Lou. Does that make a difference to what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay. And can Reman what?
I was going to say, would Damian be relaying this information to the rest of us? Because if so, Reman would possibly suggest resurrecting the dragon that we've got. He could get on the back of him and give chase.
I mean, that is definitely the rule of cool.
Start calling you Hiccup. How to Tame Your Dragon.
You want to give chase on a resurrected Argynvost?
I mean, Irina is at risk of death here. Like, everything we fought for in Barovia, and Rahadin's going to take her.
Oh, God,
Reman feels like he's got to give something to the party because you all think he's a flipping nut job at the moment, like because he's taken all these disabilities, but it's a potential to get her back, and we might do better delivering a resurrected dragon to the knights than just a skull.
I mean,
I was
from
just
Damian's
about to say, you could full on resurrect him. We're not even talking about just summoning back an undead dragon.
I could
You could
bring him
full
back.
on resurrect the whole dragon.
Yeah,
Dave's like scrolling.
because we even know his name to bring him back.
I mean, from Damian's perspective, Damian would literally he'd have just like bolted in front of everyone. As soon as he's seen Irina on the back of Rahadin's shoulder, he's literally like just given chase. So like he probably wouldn't have even given thought to that. But like, I mean, like he would have like key point dash, like he'd be dashing as fast as he could to try and make ground. I mean, I think Damian's full movement, if I used an action to dash plus a key point to bonus action dash, I mean, I don't even know if that's possible, but like it's like something like 160 feet.
Mm.
That would be like he would give like absolutely everything to it.
And meanwhile, he's like running off going,
Look at my horse is amazing, give it a lick.
Rahadin's horse tastes like raisins. What I'll say, Jake, is you can have one shot if you want, because we do like to roll dice in anger. As you're doing that, what I'm going to point out to you, gentlemen, is the resurrection spell. The first line reads thus: you touch a dead creature that has been dead for no more than a century. Now, the clause of your pact negates that. However, that didn't die of old age, and that isn't undead.
I mean, he wasn't undead until somebody.
And he got beheaded, didn't he?
Argynvost was brought back as an undead dragon.
Oh, was he?
It was a great idea, though, Miller.
It was a mint idea.
It was a wicked idea, and I was really excited for you to have a silver dragon on your side in Barovia. That's like gold dust, that is. And I genuinely wanted it to happen, but I had to check, and that's staring me in the face.
What was that other amber thing? That's just recently dead things, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no point taking another pack. The other side would be going.
I know. I'm a little bit devoed for you. I think True Resurrection might have done it.
Because I've let True Resurrection. So long as you know the name, you can bring it back, can't you?
The effect is identical to that of a resurrection spell, except it works regardless of how long the creature has been dead. Yeah, devoed. But yeah, okay. So Rahadin.
It depends how DMing you want to be.
Yeah, because I would make an argument that the Argynvost we killed was a reanimation of his corpse.
Somehow I knew it would be you, Sam. And I genuinely mean that in the nicest possible, in an affectionate heterosexual way. So
basically, the person that's going to try and out-lawyer the rules would be me.
Yeah. Oh no, I fully appreciate the fact that I'm okay with the rules, but you're Johnny rules. Right, you're going to hit with that, Jake. So you can roll your damage, but he's not stopping.
I'm going to go for superiority dice on it as well. I'm going to put a bit of anger in it, if you'll pardon the pun. That's 9 points plus an additional D8 plus 6, so that's 4. That's 15 points of damage.
Okay.
And to be fair, Damian would just like bellow out, "You absolute coward!"
Nice. That's like a movie moment, isn't it? Where you're shooting and you're screaming with your heavy crossbow in your hand. I like it.
Guys, get a resurrected dragon and go fight back.
Say that again, though. I missed that.
I says, and this is where the good guys get a resurrected dragon to go and fight back.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. So that was the other thing I need to address. King Drage, mate, is his last state was that of an undead.
Right. Okay.
That was the ruling that I was going with. And I didn't know that existed. If that wasn't there, you'd have a silver dragon right now.
Damn.
I can read it. I can read it to you again, and you can still lawyer me if you want. I'm quite happy.
No, because as much as we can sit here and argue, something, especially in this campaign, would be the ruling, because otherwise everyone's going to resurrect Argynvost. Someone's going to take the hit in the party. Everyone's going to resurrect Argynvost, and it's just going to break the story, isn't it? Because you go, right, Argynvost, let's go kick Strahd's ass. It's going to be like, game over.
Well,
we've got a silver dragon in the party.
Yeah. Okay, so we're 6 minutes away from Miller needing to go. So I'd not properly prepared this, so apologies for my poor DMing skills. But you get to the note that's been wedged into the wall, and it's in Strahd's handwriting. And it says, "Dear Theodor, Valkyn, Brungrik, Reman, Damian, and Barwolf, you are cordially invited to the wedding of Strahd von Zarovich and Irina Kolyanovich on a date set in 2 weeks' time. RSVP, Castle Ravenloft."
RSVP my ass.
Oh, we'll be there.
14 days.
I'm going to kill this cunt.
Do we know how long it will take us to actually get there?
16 days.
Your basic geography is it's going to take you the best part of, assuming that the weather's good, it could be anywhere from 6 to 10 days. 10 days with really rough weather to get
Is
back.
Argynvost en route?
Argynvost Holt can be en route. In fact, it's a minor detour. So to get from the Amber Temple back to the crossroads that's next to Lake Baratok, so basically back to Van Richten's Tower, the Wizard's Tower, is anywhere between 6 and 10 days. And it's a further, unless you find some way of travelling quickly, it's going to be a further possibly 5 days to get to Castle Ravenloft. If you want to investigate the ruins of Berez, which you did want to do, or go to Argynvost Holt, you're going to have to think of a way of moving quickly.
Yeah, because best case scenario, that's 11 days. Worst case, 15.
Dwarves are natural sprinters.
Yeah. Let me make a note of this because
Maybe we have a dragon.
so 6 to 10 to get back to the
Mhm.
Wizard's Tower, and then possibly 5 days to Castle Raven. So that 5 days is on the Svarlich Road, so that's a virtual guaranteed running for most of it. 5 days, unless you can move faster. The 6 to 10 days, you really need the weather to be with you. If you can, or if you can do something, use your abilities or do something that makes you. I mean, you haven't got any druids in your party. You can't. There's no shapeshift involved. You haven't got any teleporting abilities. I don't know what you're going to be able to do, but.
Well, I can go 30 feet, but
I'll use all my slots to Misty Step. Okay, gentlemen.
Yeah, there was a dash and they move faster than me. Not
happy with that
Irene,
then?
though.
Because like I say, I don't want to go too fast for you. So we'll have rolls to see what the weather's going to be like at the start of next session, unless you've come up with any plans to move faster.
Can these
Don't know, we're gonna
sarcophagi or anything inside the temple be moved out to the top of the hill?
Mega sledge.
Yeah, bobsleigh.
Unfortunately not. You would know the terrain itself. It's not, most of it isn't downhill. Of the bits that are downhill, it's mostly wooded. You're not going to be. There's no run.
No.
I mean, you don't have to be at the wedding in 14 days. You don't want to attend, and you've not RSVP'd. So
The problem is Irena's at risk of being turned into a vampire. I mean, that's if she doesn't get turned into a vampire before we get there. If she does, we're staking her.
okay, gents. So I'll turn this off, and we'll pick this up